Did that work? Okay. I have some trouble sometimes hitting the record button, so. Hello and welcome to chapter 217 of our streaming adventure. Whether you're joining us live on Twitch, watching the VOD later on Twitch, or you have found this posted on YouTube, I want to say thank you for joining me today. What we have is a selection from the wheel, which is my subscriber-driven content. And with that, when it came up, the person got to select Ensoul artifact, and then I am interpreting how to use Ensoul artifact. In this particular case, I know they wanted to see something more aggressive, so what I went with here is in Pioneer, there's kind of a blue-white aggro deck playing a lot of cheap artifacts and protection, and then you slap the namesake scissors on there. So, like, if you play an Ornithopter, or heck, you can even suit up a Darksteel Citadel and go to town because it's indestructible. So, with the various haste creatures, turn 2, you can play that out. There's also this black staff of Waterdeep that lets you activate on another artifact. It's basically redundant pairs of scissors. And what I have found is usually the more you have of an effect, the more likely you are to draw it. And if it's the cornerstone of your deck, like the scissors are, obviously it's better to have more of those. So, yeah, thanks to the Team Swish Discord for helping me find a list today. The list in question was 62 cards, so we were trying to figure out what to take out of there. I made a couple cuts, and here we are. So let's plan to jump into a league. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Pioneer. All right, so we have the scissors deck loaded up. Finally, you can understand what Pioneer is. Fair enough. Pioneer is a format that... So they were trying to kind of make a middle ground. Like, you know... Vintage is obviously the oldest. And then Legacy. And then there was Extended for a time. So Modern is a shrinking of Legacy. And then what Pioneer does is make the card pool smaller and change some of the stuff, like fetches are not allowed. So it kind of pushes you to different ideas. All right. Going up against Wombo. It says they were last seen playing Hidden Strings. Well, they're showing me Yorion. Is that what they played last time? I think that's probably worthwhile looking. They were not playing Yorion last time. Okay. This looks pretty decent. Turn 1, turn 2. Let me keep this. Now the question is, if I go turn 1 Bomat, I'll get in for 1. Ooh, Stubborn Denial is nice. Okay. I can attack with Bomat Courier as opposed to playing a Toolcraft here. I would attack for 1 and then attack for 5. Or I play a Toolcraft, next turn attack for 3, 4 with Stubborn Denial. That might be worth it. Do I have double white cards in my deck? I actually do not know. I do not have any double white cards. All right, we have been portably hold. So that would have helped it. That would have happened even if we had done the other version. For a second, I was going to look, but that's not how that card works. I was like, oh, I wonder what I exiled. Well, spoilers, you don't get to know. Counter target non-creature spell. Well, that's annoying. Choose an instant or sorcery. Well, there goes Stubborn Denial. We'll get our value with our pile of cards on top of the Beaumont Courier. Now, if I kill this, do get it back. Are they going to hit the enchantment or the courier itself? They're going after the courier itself. Do I want to trade my hand for 2 cards or play a 4/4? I think I want to play a 4/4 against this multicolor deck. Because later, with these extra lands, we can then play Luris. So the question is, do I shock? Alright, so this is bigger than everything on their side, but it could be Portable Hold. I wasn't thinking about Portable Hold. And if they put Yorion in hand, and they just have another Portable Hold. Alright. Luris into my hand, but then again, they're going to be able to blink. If they have a land, oh, they did, but it wasn't necessarily. So step 1. Play Luris. Okay. Now I can Ensoul Ornithopter here, or I can play a Beaumont Courier. This way I have a blocker if I need it. Because I believe Yorion doesn't come back till the end of the turn. It has been a while since I played a Yorion. Exile any number. Return those at the beginning of the end step. Search your library for a basic land. What is this? Sacrifice. Your opponent gains 2 life, loses 2 life, deals 2 damage. You're going to shoot my Luris with a tree. Nope. You're going to shoot my Luris with Oath of Chandra. Got it. Understood. Just going to get ranched. There's a lot of cards going on my opponent's side of the board. I will sacrifice this creature. Here I was worried about 62 cards, and our opponent's like, hold up, I'll just play 80. Alright. So, we lost the first one. What do we have in the sideboard to help us out? Well, Wear Tear seems pretty good against the various enchantments. If they portable hole us, I can portable hole back. Not being able to hit creatures, or not being able to hit creature spells is a little problematic there. What does Glass Casket do? Target creature an opponent controls 3 or less. They do play the bigger spells. It would be nice to be able to fight over like the key spell, like play Yorion and be able to actually stop that. Now, they might be able to have gotten value earlier with their other stuff, so maybe that's questionable. The only question, I don't want to take too much out. I feel like this Indestructible isn't necessarily going to help. You know, if I want to bring in portable holes and things like that to fight what they're doing. These are artifacts, correct? Yeah, it's a white artifact. I'm just worried there's not... What exactly am I cutting, you know? Stubborn Denial might be less impressive. Maybe I don't need a full set of portable holes. I could swap Stubborn Denials. Selfless Saviors, Indestructibleness isn't going to help against most of what they were doing. So I see that going. And then the fact that they were playing creatures was annoying. I don't know, maybe we could catch stuff. No, the way they played their lands, they still would have been able to portable hole me, though. I'm going to try this. Do I want to separate and have Glass Casket for something a little bit bigger? They did play multiple 3s. I'll go like that. That way I got one each. I will show you a Luris. You will show me a Yorion. I will see a hand of nothing, and that's a mulligan. All right, so what do we got here? We have turn 1. Equip 3, costs 1 less. Alright, so now theoretically I could have gone the other way and have Staff of Waterdeep up. Mm-hmm. Alright, so I can make this a 4/4 in attack. I can activate, no, not having done this. Game 1, they were on the play and kind of 1-for-1'd us out. What are you doing? You're paying costs. Deputy of Detention. Okay, so this only as a source. This is only as a sorcery. I could put in Ornithopter into play and make it a 4/4. I could. I like that idea. If I casket the Deputy, I get the blade back. Then this suited here, I can wake this up and attack for 4. Now, if I make that a creature, I open myself up to more removal, which is bad. But all right, Yorion in hand. Does this kill him? 2, 6. All right, you're at 1. With the possibility of me diversifying my threats. Because I don't have to pump the Ornithopter, I could also pump the... Okay, so what are you going to go after? Hit the casket. Deputy. I still have 2 attackers here, theoretically. I think Deputy has to hit Ornithopter, right? And then I Blackstaff the Blade and activate Mutavault, swing with 2 attackers. I still currently have 2 attackers. That seems... Whenever an opponent attacks a Planeswalker I control. Alright, so currently... If I attack with this, that puts them at 2. If I attack with that, that doesn't make any sense. So... Alright, you are at 2. If they had a land to be able to Yorion... Nope, okay. So, all those enchantments we saw, being able to put them on Kurt, maybe I do want Stubborn Denial. I do kind of worry about Portable Hole here. They seem to have a lot of 3s, and it feels like Portable Hole is going to find a lot less targets than I'm hoping for. So I'm willing to put Portable Hole for a Stubborn Denial. And can I talk myself into any more Stubborn Denials? That Blackstaff has been pretty good. I do like the haste of Bomat Courier, even though it's somewhat meh. Alright, another Stubborn Denial over this Disdainful Stroke. Denial comes in, does it over Stroke. So that's my question is, do I want this Disdainful Stroke just as a one-of floating around, or would I prefer more Stubborn Denials? I think I want another Stubborn Denial. Alright, let's go! Alright, excuse me. I am Aluris. So what do we have here? We have Ginger Brutes. I mean, if I draw a land, this seems pretty good, and I've had a habit of flooding, and I feel like I'm going to have time. I can play a couple things without hurting too much. I'm going to be greedy. We're on the draw. Had it. I had it the whole time. All right, that makes me think I want to hold Ornithopter, to benefit the Smith. So I'm going to go Darksteel Citadel, Ginger Brute. Do I hold Ornithopter back? I think so. I think the flying matters more. Like, if they're going to Edict me, they'll Edict the Ginger Brute. So now I could have a Ghost Fire Blade or a Bomat Courier. I'm going to take the Blade. I'm now going to play Ornithopter. We're going to pump the Smith. And we're going to attack. I don't know. Do they play Wrath? Wrath exists, right? Not off the swamp. Yorion in hand. Okay, so what's the max amount of damage I could do here? I play Blade. No. I play Ginger Brute to get the pump. I play Ginger Brute to get the pump. I play Ensoul Artifact for 5 and swing out. And then I have Ghostfire Blade for next turn. Do I put it on? It's plus. No, base power and toughness. Okay. So putting it on Ornithopter is plus 5 power. You are at lethal. Hey! That's how you do it. Look at us go. Powerful. Who knew attacking with scissors, or we should say a ginger brute, a gingerbread man running with scissors, could be that powerful? I guess that makes the most sense. If you have haste and you have a pair of scissors, by definition you are running with scissors. Deck name update. We are now running with scissors. That is the new deck name. Did I spell running correctly? I did. Okay, thank goodness. That would be embarrassing, among other things. What is out there? Join the match. Round number 2. A Luris opponent. All right, so what is this? This is a turn 1 Toolcraft Exemplar. Turn 2, I can play a Ghostfire Blade to power it up and play a second one. And then have Ensoul Artifact, worst case. I'm on the play. This is aggressive. That's true. They are a Luris deck. I need to be mindful of that. Need to remember that I have my own Luris. Sometimes, I literally am not thinking about it. Uh-oh, mirror match. Mirror match. I have to have 3 artifacts to give it first strike. All right, so what do I want to play this turn? I want to play a Ghostfire Blade. I want to play another Toolcraft Exemplar. So, 4 cards in hand. Next turn, is this 1? 2 less to activate if it is a colorless creature. So colorless, Mutavault would be colorless. So I could make Mutavault a 4/4. Gingerbrew. They could. You could tap the Ornithopter. Okay, Ornithopter's now 4/4, sure. With no attacks. So, how many do I need for first strike power? What if I make Ghostfire Blade a 5/5 and swing with 5 and 2 3/2s? Or I spend everything to equip Ghostfire Blade to a Toolcraft Exemplar. Or because if I swing, I feel like Ensoul Artifact is going to get the most through, so I could push 8 damage through here. I feel like that's the best thing, is I could push 8 damage through. And I lose a Toolcraft, but I get 8 through, putting them at 9. Or I just send 5, they're at 12. But then I still have 2 guys. I'm here to be aggro. They are deciding on the Waterdeep. So this staff of Waterdeep does seem better than I was giving it credit. For a second, I was reading that as an O1, and I was really confused. Okay. So now they have a 5/5 Stone Coil Serpent. Take it. If I send with Ghostfire Blade, I could attack with Ghostfire Blade and Toolcraft Exemplar, depending on how they choose to block. Like if they trade, I just get through for 3, putting them at 6, but then I can play a 4/4 Stonecoil Serpent. I can play a 4/4 Stonecoil Serpent and have Mutavault able to attack next turn. Okay. Alright, so they are keeping the staff on the Stonecoil, who now has Trample. I guess he had Trample before. So they're at 4 life. We currently have 9 power with 4 Trample. They have... That could block if it'd stay alive. What is this? Putting Lurrus in hand. Portable Hole would be brutal here. All right, so if I activate Mutavault and swing with everything, they could block, take 2, go to 2. I could... Yeah, I think this is just correct. See what happens, put Lurrus in my hand. I think they have to block there, so they'll take 2. Now... they would have to give up. They would have to tap Gingerbrute to be able to play the Lurrus. If I can just draw a single Portable Hole, I think we're good, because Portable Hole is in the sideboard, is it not? I'm sitting here waiting to draw a card that's in my sideboard. If only I drew my sideboard card, I'd be right in there. Yes, Jeremy, that's true. I also wish to draw COP Reds in the first game. All right, so instead of asking for cards that don't work, what could I draw? Double. Okay. Play Lurrus, play Ornithopter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about just playing the biggest creature as a 6/6? I could put Luris into play. I could put Luris into play, and then technically, are you allowed to play as big as a stone coil serpent as you want? I'm actually not sure there. Do I want the blocker, or do I want... I could play Luris and a 3/3 artifact. I'm just not sure if that's good enough. Or do I want a 6/6? I am curious. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. X can't be greater than 2. That's what I wanted to check. I didn't think I could, but I wanted to check. So I could play a 2/2, or is a 3/2 better? Honestly, I think a 3/2 is better. Because if I attack, Toolcraft just runs, or Ghostfire Blade just runs into Ornithopter, and then I don't get anywhere. So I'm trying to kind of go wider than them. What does Smith find you? Did Smith whiff? That's great. Try to gain life. They had one card in hand, cashing it in. They had another Blackstaff in hand. A new Smith. Replay Bomat, get a pop, get a plus. That was a good draw for them then. I have a feeling these Smiths might get too big for me. Picked up an Ornithopter. Pump his Smiths. Play Ornithopter or hold Ornithopter? I think you'd want the blocker. Would I have been better off No, maybe not. See, I don't necessarily want to attack into Ingenious Smiths and let them recycle. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. I can make a 7/7 stone coil. Yeah, they're not even going to let me block. Save ourselves the trouble. Ghost Fire Blade's a good one. You're going to equip the Stone Coil Serpent. Right? Yep. So you now have a 7/7. Joke's on you. I got an 8/8. But I don't think I can attack yet. Oh, what was, it is a food. I did not think of that. I did not think of the food aspect of Ginger Brute. Especially with Luris. Taking the 2 damage off mana confluences there to get bigger. Now, technically, I can suit up with Ghostfire Blade, but by doing that, I lose my Ensoul. Or maybe I'm not even. Am I even allowed to? I don't know if I am allowed to use my awakened Ghostfire Blade to attempt to suit up my Stone Coil Serpent. I do not know if that is legal. Something big's happening, though. They must have drawn a large serpent themselves. If so, that is problematic. Problematic. All right, for science, I'm allowed to. I'm curious now. Darn it, nothing happened. The plan was to move the blade over, have the Ensoul artifact die, and then Ensoul the Stone Coil just to make it really big. But it didn't work. And with what they are accruing in value over there, I don't think it's worth keeping playing. So try to save some time. I say save some time as I just sat there talking about it and like wasting time. All right. So glass casket, portable holes, and the artifact and enchantment removal. We're going to take out probably those and these. I mean, Bomat was clever in what it was doing. So I write removal, 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 removal. And we take out the stubborn denials. I don't know about this one. The fact that they're legendary and we have so many, though. That's true. We can keep one of those in. I might want to trim a land. Trim a land just for the purposes of less dead weight. Plus, it's the hollowed fountain that doesn't match the other ones. That's as good a logic as any. All right, so turn 1, Toolcraft Exemplar. Turn 2, Ingenious Smith, play Ornithopter. Draw blue mana. Sorry, it looks like you might be just a little bit behind time, and that might be like I have a built-in delay or something. So, no worries. All right, Mutavault for them. And fast as fast can be, no blocks. Okay, that's good. Smith me. I could have a Ghostfire Blade, or a Stone Coil Serpent. I kind of think long term I want the Serpent. Because I'm going to play an Ornithopter here. All right. What do you got for me? Ensoul your Gingerbrute. Deal. No blocks. Take it. Oh, stay home. Well, unfortunately for you. We can always save Ornithopter to play next turn. Mm-hmm. Suit him up, 3/3. Okay. I'm not saying I had it all, but we had a lot. Now, if I put Ensoul here, it's 6. Yeah, this just seems like the best use of it. Although the flying, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He has to block the 4. So blocks here takes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Five in the air. Yeah. That's true. The snake having trample. I wasn't giving credit to the snake having trample. All right. So I don't know. That selfless savior giving my creature indestructible versus being a 3/2. I'm just saying for the purposes of the Toolcraft Exemplar. 3/2 is big business. Like, there's no way they're not 3/2s. And then the potential for 3/2 first strike seems good. I feel like I want to cut the Bomat, but I also don't want to do that. Yeah, I will be on the draw. All right. Turn, and it's a dog. I love dogs. I do love dogs. This would be good if we actually had cards. Turn 1, black side. Like, we are on the draw. They're mulliganing. I think I have to mulligan. Like, the likelihood I am going to draw an artifact is high. I also can play turn 1 Blackstaff, turn 2 Ensoul the Blackstaff. No. All right, here we go. We got dogs. We got caskets. Opponent is down to 5 cards. My current plan involves turn 1 Selfless Savior. I'm just not sure if maybe it's better to hold that as a removal spell. Well, what's that one? Permanents your opponent's control lose indestructible. Are you kidding me? That is nonsense. So we could be proactive and tag the serpent with Glass Casket. Bomat Courier it is. Reach, trample, protection from multicolor. Oh, the fact I have the Selfless Savior means I can give up at any time. Yep. All right, so okay. So we still have a Ghostfire Blade in reserve. All right. So we're losing game ones, but then coming back. I like it. I like it. I like it. Without the Rainbow Land, Blade is better than Courier. My thought was I get to attack with Courier here. Next turn, I can play the Blade and equip then. It was more damage. That was my thought process. Won the die roll. I have a Lurrus for you. Land Gingerbrute Mulligan. They are 4-0. Last seen playing Torrential Gearhulk Ugin. Ugh. Ugh. That's what they were last seen playing. How about this? Fast turn. So options include suiting up Ghostfire Blade, going to town. We could also Ingenious Smith. If I suit up and attack, what am I going to play? A 1-1. I could... I don't mind getting Ingenious Smith in before they get Censor online. Nice. Classic Augur of Bolas. Look at 4 cards, throw them on the bottom of your deck. Great, great deck. Just fabulous all around. Okay. So now the thought is we have drawn Stubborn Denial. Censor. Heartless Act. Baleful Mastery. I don't want to play into their censor. So they did have a removal spell, which we kind of figured. Cycle, Shark Typhoon. Oh, make the land drop. So what I technically currently have all evens in play, right? Yeah, what is the card? Extinction Event, where you select odd or even. Shock. It's kind of. I don't want to say shock was shocking there, but what's the other one? It's like 5 mana. Eat all the small creatures. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Put them at 2. Shadow's Verdict. Okay. So, any reason to hit Narset? To just take away a potential for them to draw one more removal? My thought here is if I hit Narset for 3, hit them for 5, puts them at 4, I can activate Blackstaff for +4. And it's one less card draw. My thought is if they don't currently have the Wrath, I don't want to give them one more draw. Because Narset could dig 4 deep, and find that Extinction Event / Wrath / whatever. That was my thought. Mm-hmm. Yep. Creatures and planeswalkers, 3 or less. Why do I have an option to do anything? Oh, I guess I could just tap. Yep. Go to my turn. Hit you for 4. Sure. I don't know if I've been to we definitely go to Maru, and then the new one we found was Ginzo. But yeah, we can definitely talk about it, figure out a time to go. Nice. All right, so let's pull up their list again real quick. Gear Hulk, Narset. They've got some counters, dig through time. So, once again, Extinction Event says Exile. Shadow's Verdict says Exile. Selfless Savior, I mean, I appreciate everything you're trying to do, but you're kind of going to get ranched. All right, so Mystical Disputes in, Disdainful Strokes in. We already have the Stubborn Denials, so what ends up going? If I want to bring in these 5 counter spells, I mean, Bomat Courier seems dubious. I don't know. Like, I keep coming back to these Toolcraft exemplars of wanting to have the 3 power card, and it feels like it's going to be really hard to not have 3 power. Like, I like the flying aspect, but I think I just kind of trim across the board. All right. Let's hope we didn't cut too much. That's true. Force Spike could be enough. Okay. So they're keeping 7. Good for 1 for 1. Yeah, that's true. So I have no threat here. My thought is, I mean, if they turn 1 Thought Seize me and they just take the Black Staff, it's like, what am I even doing? What do they sideboard? I didn't even look at what they could sideboard in. I think it's a mulligan. I feel like this is on the line, but being on the draw. And then I talked myself into keeping it. So what the hell do I know? Toolcraft Exemplar, you say? No, that'll hurt me because I can't. It's not a dual land. I was looking at it as a dual land, and I'm like, I play Toolcraft here, and then I follow up with Blackstaff and Counterspell. Well, I can't have Blackstaff and Counterspell. My game plan here is kind of attack 7 times. I'm just going to attack 7 times and counter their stuff if they let me. See, that's annoying. Let them pay 2 life. Because I think they have to take a counter spell, or I don't think they can necessarily let me have Blackstaff. Because otherwise, next turn, Blackstaff's coming down anyway. Okay. So they took Blackstaff. Now, theoretically, I can suit up. Is Fatal Push legal? I don't even know if Fatal Push is legal. It is. Okay. It's equip 3. Well, this gives me double counterspell. This is double counterspell or hardcast dispute. Blast Zone. That is terrible for me. Had it the whole time. So the question is, will they let me attack? That's interesting. And I do not have first strike. So do I put Luris in hand? They could have another Thoughtseize. I could put Luris in hand and have Stubborn Denial. But Stubborn Denial isn't enough. They know about Mystical Dispute. They know about Disdainful Stroke and Start. They know about all of our blue spells. So they could have just been timing it to Thought Seize Us again. That would have been a reason to hold Disdainful Stroke. I could play Luris and put out a Blackstaff. I do not have the mana because of what I had to get double white there. Yeah. I think it would have been better to just, well, I mean, obviously it would have been better to literally just not put Luris in hand. That's on me. Had I not put Luris in hand, yeah, no blocks. Take it. Oh, you idiot. I forgot about the Blast Zone. What? Why would you cycle that for no gain? Because the token dies on the Shark Typhoon. The token dying off the 0/0 Shark Typhoon lets them Fatal Push. Yep. That was bad. Alright, so yeah, I'm pretty sure we're dead. Yep, we are dead because we let Kalitas come into play. Like, they are turbo removal, and we are turbo creatures, and I think we drew a few too few creatures. I mean, that's the best way to say it. What's funny is all they do is activate Blast Zone, and it turns off the activation. Unless I'm crazy. Yep. Save ourselves the trouble of watching the rest of that one. Okay. So, I think I might actually want the Stubborn Denial over the Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute feels less likely to come into play. And just I think the Force Spike aspect can make them have to play around days, if you will, and that could be enough. As for some of this other stuff, Yeah, they're also. It feels like they're black blue, not blue black. So that's the way I want to lean there. So do we get? Do we want Ornithopter? Do we want the artifacts again? I don't think Bomat's going to do the job, but would Selfless Savior be better as a Bomat courier? I'm saying no. All right, turn 1, Ginger Brute. Turn 2, Smith Ornithopter. Do not forget, Jeremy, these are food creatures. Big bucks, no whammies. Okay. Fatal push on the Smith. Okay. They're running double basic over there. Well, would I rather have Blackstaff or would I rather have... Cannot be blocked except by creatures with haste. Cycle their sensor. I would like to draw a white source so Selfless Savior can be put out there when we go to activate Blackstaff. This could just be a cycle. A cycle of a shark token. Let's see how they approach it. They shocked to do that, which made sense. I could have put it on Brute and then activated to make sure Brute got through. That is something I could have done. Need to remember I have Luris available to me. Legion's End. Exile target opponent controls. And my Ornithopter in hand. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thanks for watching. Or did they know? No, they knew. How did they know my hand? Or they know my hand now? I'm not saying it's suspicious, but it feels suspicious. Why not eat the ginger roots and play? Attack you for 6. Cycle Fetid Pools. Exile all my creatures. Exile creatures and planeswalkers mana 3 or less, and all creatures are planeswalked from graveyards. Rawr. Put you to 2. Hope it's good enough. All these are exile effects, though, right? Yeah, these are all exile effects. That's a good one. Get him. Shark Typhoon. So my question is, Luris to hand or Stone Coil Serpent? Stone Coil gives me a 4/4 Trampler and the ability to present 3 attackers. Oh, go out. You got a shock there to go out strong. That's kind of cute. All right. So we're doing it in as many games as we can. We've played 3 games each time. But we're winning. We ruin somebody's trophy. Then again, hey, maybe we're going to get our own trophy. So take that as you will. Do. All right. So far, I've been pretty impressed with the deck. It's not my normal style for that aggro control, playing a threat and then sit back and defend it, but it feels like, well, I know how to do that, so you know. They're gonna play first. They are a Yorion deck. They could be the enigmatic whatever thing. If they are, Exemplar, we would keep this. Excuse you? Is there a reason to Ornithopter now? Yes, drawing Ensoul artifact off the top. Okay. If I play Blackstaff, I could play Selfless Savior and Blackstaff. Magma Spray. Yep. They might not be the other deck. They might just be value. Okay. Now, if I'm going to suit that up, once again, I don't know wraths that exist. Do I want to play out as a 1/1 here that has the potential to ramp up? Yeah, because at least let something die. And then that gives Luris more to do later. Cycle a Shark Typhoon. Everybody's got Shark Typhoons. Shark Typhoon's a good card. I mean, I want Shark Typhoons. I'm not going to. So the question is there instant speed red removal in Pioneer? Like Snapcaster or anything like do I wake up Mutavault and swing the team? That's my question. I mean, that's what we're going to do. Shouldn't have sent the dog. Because the dog will get blocked. And then they have a bigger removal spell. That's fine. But do those do like damage to everything? That's what I don't know. I'm thinking more like red removal across the board. That's where I'm like that. Okay. Anger of the Gods wasn't even on my radar, so the question here is, yeah, let's put a Trampler out. What was that? Oh, is this like when you play... What's the Torrential Gear Hulk? Right? But the fact is, you can't stop Stone Coil with that, so... It's like Magnum Opus, Torrential Gear Hulk, whatever. I know what I'm thinking. Alright, so... Unlike the black removal, I think Selfish Savior is good here. The portable hole, stuff like that, we don't necessarily... Rest in Peace, I think this has the potential to hurt. This stops my ability at a long game. Now, it might stop some of their shenanigans overall, but I think this is a case where between Magnum Opus, between Torrential Gear Hulk, they're never going to actually they're going to have red removal for the most part. So I don't know that Mystical Dispute is correct. It feels like it could be correct. And then again, Disdainful Stroke. Maybe Disdainful Stroke is just not... Their Wrath that we saw cost 3. So really it's more, what do I want to cut? And this is like the other one, I don't want to cut Selfless Saviors. So I think Bomat Courier can come out. If anything, I think I'd keep the Mystical Disputes. And I think the Disdainful Strokes, I feel like this one's going to be more narrow. So then I got to cut 2 other cards. I'm going to cut a Brute. I don't really want to cut a Brute. I'm going to cut a Blackstaff. I'm going to cut a Blade. I don't know if this probably isn't right. I'm going to cut a Blade over a Ginger Brute. We'll keep the Blade. Submit. See if it let us. It did let us. Okay. So what do we got here? Turn 1 Toolcraft. It's Imagine. That's brutal. Turn 1 Toolcraft. Turn 2 Darksteel Citadel. We're going to keep. Ornithopter. All right, so the thought being, if I draw... I got a weird feeling that they have Censor. That's... Okay. So now they have a treasure. Had it. Had it the whole time. I keep forgetting they have Yorion. Not going to attack Selfless Savior because they could have Shark. See? Look at me learning to play around stuff. Three damage to target creature. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom. If you do, draw a card. Did his job. Wish it was a little bit bigger. Oh, this anger is going to hurt. Incoming anger. Hey, that wasn't anger of the gods. Yorion has been put into hand. This could be going a lot worse. I mean, I kind of want to fire up that. If I make Big Snake, it doesn't matter. If I make Big Snake, it does not matter. This gives me a pump here. Because this has trample. Negate. Consider myself negated. Okay. I mean, you block the Smith, go to 5. Take it all, go to 1. It's bold. It's very bold. Okay. I'm sorry that we did not. I'm sorry we only played 2 games. I'm sorry I didn't lose one in there. My bad. Well, it's working, isn't it? So, thanks for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Whether you're watching me live on Twitch, my video on demand on Twitch, later on YouTube, regardless, thank you. Coming up soon, as I get into August here, I'm also going to, where is it? Right here. I'm going to start doing some content for my new team, Swish Gaming. So check out swishgaming.com, and I've got to make the content first, but once I've made it, we'll start getting stuff up there. And not only me, go check out Swish Gaming for all my other wonderful teammates that are apparently crushing every tournament that's going on in the Midwest right now. So, yay us. That's all I can really say right now. Go Team Swish. I mean, I gotta say, this feels pretty good. This feels way better than putting Ensoul Artifact on a 7-Eleven equipment that I cast off of Mishra's workshop just for the memes. I mean, I'll totally do that too, but I'm just saying this feels better, if you know what I'm saying. Have you ever... Well, I've had the joy of using Karn the Great Creator to animate my Sky Sovereign. So when your Sky Sovereign gets turned into a 5/5 and it attacks and shoots somebody all on its own, that's just high quality living. I don't know what... If that doesn't make you excited, check your pulse. I mean, you should check your pulse anyway. It's a good healthy thing. Like, I know you're supposed to, like, I never can do it. Like, I know some people can, like, find their pulse or whatever. I actually have an irregular heartbeat. I've had it my whole life. It's a irregular heartbeat. It always messes up the same way. So it's one, like, wherever you go to, like, a new doctor's appointment or something, and they're listening, and they're like... And they, like, check it multiple times. And if it's a new doctor, you're like, oh, yeah. By the way, I have this regular heartbeat. And they're like, oh, yeah, because I was, it was checking my watch. It seemed really strange. And because of that, it's hard to get a pulse. And, or, when you have the blood pressure cuff on or whatever, and it's supposed to be taking your pulse, I'm always, like, very, very low. Now, I attribute that to just my even keel attitude. I don't get too happy. I don't get too sad about anything in particular. Apparently, I get overjoyed about hitting people in the face with scissors, though. That sounded wrong. I like putting Ensoul Artifact on a ginger brute and going to town. None of these things I'm saying sound any better than the previous statements. See, this is the kind of thing where I need video editing to just... Oh, see? Scissors. What is going on? I feel like I just reached crazy JP mode. Now, there are some people out there that know when I get extremely tired, I get very goofy. And me acting goofy is about the closest approximation I will ever have to being drunk, because I don't drink. And so there have been many car rides and stuff like that where goofy me comes out. And it's got to be a great time for everybody, at least from all of the reviews I have been given. But okay, that's not true. JP's wife wants nothing to do with Goofy JP. She's just like, will you shut up? Like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just go to bed? Like, I don't get any of that type of support. I bet you even she created a Magic Online account and we paired up just so she could hear me stop talking. If our opponent is JP's wife, that's going to be hilarious. Well, it ain't JP's wife, but it's lava. Whew. So, I could play a turn 1 Ornithopter, getting white out of it for a Toolcraft Exemplar. I know what it is. Spire of Industry was in my deck when I was playing some of the most ridiculous Magic of my life. It was a Grand Prix in Pittsburgh where like I went kind of undefeated. Not really, but it was pretty close to undefeated. All right, so Ensoul Artifact, go to town here. 8. And then hold up Stubborn Denial for the rest of the game. You hoochie. So I could Ghostfire Blade or Ginger Brute. I think I want the blade. This gives me a 2-mana play. That was pretty good. You want to negate this. What if I Stubborn Denial it? Say I let this happen. 3, 6, 7. Yeah, you're dead. Got him. All right, so what did we do last time against Dimir? Against Dimir last time, we wanted the Disdainful Strokes. We decided not to have the Mystical Disputes. And we turned the Selfless Saviors. So we turned Selfless Savior because of the exiling into Disdainful Strokes. But then we changed our mind because there is some removal that Selfless Savior would be okay against. The 1-for-1 removal. Anything else here worth? I feel like Portable Holes are no. Glass Casket is no. Mystical Dispute could work. I just feel like you're trying too hard. And then if this is the blue-black, which it seems like it is, we don't want the other one. All right. That hand was sweet. Let's do that again. You kidding me? Woo! Here we go. Beat down. Here we go. Okay. I have 43 Darksteel Citadels. There's no way this is good enough. So, Does that always come in tapped? Yeah. Dun 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 dun. All right, so I'm really clever here. Attack 4. My thought being, I don't just want to run Ingenious Smith into Sensor. Right? Right? Cycle Sensor. Okay. That's not... I expected it was the other one. Ah ha 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 ha! Not that they had it. Blood Chief's Thirst. I mean, that's a good card. Draw land. Not what I meant. So hear me out. That Legion End's a hell of a card. Ooh. Imagine if Luris was in my hand. Nope. Nope. Last time you did that, you got wrecked. Snake has to be 4. I don't have enough to be big enough yet. Snake. Did I not play an artifact this turn? Yeah. If I can make it one more turn, she will become a 4/4, and that's enough for Stubborn Denial. So hear me out. Nice. Did not expect that to work. If we can draw a blue source, that gives us... All right, so hear me out. We let this happen and then counter the removal spell. Yeah, Dig resolves, counter the Wrath. Because we have multiple threats. Okay. Blue. Blue source. Blue source. Maybe you misunderstood. What are you going to do, block? See, I feel like I was priced into that. I think I'm in a bigger problem if I let Dig Resolve, though. I mean, we're really a blue mana away from Ornithopter in the air. Torrential, Gear Hulk, Fatal Push. Sorcery Speed to not let me get blue for... Alright. Oh, they get life off this. Ghost Fire Blade. Can make me a 4/4. Can make me a 2. I think I need to hold up Disdainful Stroke. I mean, I don't think it's relevant, but... just in case they have another big thing. Still no water. I would, to a point, whatever they need, they have already. Whatever that they, any haymaker has already happened by then. So that is true. So we'll be on the play. If we would have had another blue mana anywhere, I think that's really all that mattered, is just missing out on a blue. Let's go. Let's get the last one. One game for the 5-0. Turn 1 Toolcraft. That's pretty good. So, Toolcraft, Ghostfire Blade, Toolcraft, Stonecoil Serpent, Swing. The fact that Stone Coil can get bigger, I do appreciate. Yeah, that probably just makes more sense. Legion's End. Exile all your dudes. Or not. Let's get the Black Staff just into play. And then that gives us more options. Mystical Dispute, you got me. Shoulda played around it. That one seems good. Now, I could play. So, I could play a Stone Coil Serpent here, but our opponent has decided that is not relevant. Your ability to play a Stone Coil Serpent is not a deciding factor in this game. And I don't know why this is so enormously large, but it is. So let's go ahead and close that. All right. Well, hey, JP wins the match. Got a little 5-0. Feels good. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's bring the deck list back up. Yeah, this I'm glad we did not play a 62 card special, but all the same, played out pretty nicely. Yeah, that was very, very awesome. So, next up, I actually don't know if I'm going to play in any of the challenges this weekend. I have some stuff going on, so I might not be able to, but you can always follow me on Twitter. It's jpintermtg. You can follow this channel so that if it goes live, you can be notified. If you're watching and you haven't followed already, please follow the Twitch channel. If you're watching later on YouTube and you're like, man, I wish I could see those great top decks in person, come on over and find me on Twitch. I would really appreciate it. Thanks to sponsor of the stream, Mana Traders. It's how I can play these variety of decks that I do all the time. Thank you to all of my subscribers out there. Your suggestions help drive the content of the channel. And shout out to my new team, Swish Gaming. Look for stuff at swishgaming.com from me coming up, but there's already some great stuff there. So, heck yeah, 5-0, baby. We did it! Look at us! Who would have thought? You got a pair of scissors. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm tired. Put the scissors down. Just set them over there. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you next time around. What is scheduled next Tuesday? Let me look real quick. Coming up next Tuesday on the stream. Bolus's Citadel and Legacy. Ooh. So make sure you come back for that. All right. See you next time, everybody. Take